Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I promise to take you guys through some elementary mathematics and basic mathematics, and this is one of the topic that I'm including in the elementary mathematics. I promise you guys. As I've said earlier, this lecture notes will be available. You can check it out from this in the description of this video. The link to this lecture notes, you can download it. You can go through it after the video, and you can pay attention to listening and try to understand one or two things from this video. Actually, this is not actually the way of teaching mathematics. As I said it in the previous video, I'm supposed to use a board teach it on the board so that you guys understand it step by step, but unfortunately I couldn't get the camera to do that. So when I'm able to get the camera, we'll be teaching it like this, and I hope you guys understand. And please subscribe to my channel. If you find this video so helpful, please try to subscribe to my channel. Now today's topic is decimal currency. This is one of the basics and elementary mathematics, decimal currency. And come to my YouTube channel. This is the math level 1 sub level 2. The second topic in the series of video we're taking. So please try to subscribe to my channel if you find this video helpful. It will do a lot for me. Now let's get to this topic. Now we're talking about decimal currencies, and we're going to be laying emphasis on the British system. Now the British system of decimal currency uses the pound as its basic unit. So in the UK, they spend British pound. Pound is what they spend as a currency. So the only subunit used is the penny. Like, okay, after the pound, before the pound, like for values that are less than a pound, they use penny. And we can make to understand that 100 pence is equals to 1 pound. 100 pence, that's the conversion. 100 pence is equals to 1 pound. Now we're going to quickly look at the abbreviations for this. So the abbreviation for the pence is P. So anytime you see P in this tutorial, you know it's pence. And the abbreviation for pound is this. Sorry, I didn't write it well, but I think you're able to understand. So that's the abbreviation for pound. Now the decimal point is used to separate the pound from the pence. So what do we mean by this? We mean that when you see 3.58 pound, it means that 3 pound 58 pence. So we should note that when you see 3 point anything pound, so it should be 3 pound, then the remaining should be the pence. So any figure after the decimal point is pence, before the decimal point is pound. So we should take note of that. And there are ways of expressing amount less than 1 pound. For example, when you have as I've said earlier, when you have 74 pence, it's going to be rating at 0.74 pound. 0.74 pound, which is 74 pence. So we should take note of that, because we'll be needing all these important notes when we want to solve questions. Now the smallest unit used is half penny, which is always written as half, fraction half. So therefore we can have 5.17 half pound. So what does this really mean? It means that there's 5 pound, then after the decimal we have 17 and a half, which is 17 and a half pence. So now we're given that we should note that half pen is equals to 0.005 pound. Take note of that. Half pence is equals to 0.005 pound. So the addition and sum of money is done in almost the same way as the addition of decimals. The exception occurs with only the half penny. So what we're basically saying is the addition and sums of money is just done like the basic way of addition. So let's get to examples so that we understand what we've been saying so far. So first of all, look at this example number one. Let's say add 3.78 pound with 5.23 pound and with 8.17 pound. What does this mean? We should add these three pounds together. So basically, you can see that this is 3.78 pound, 5.23 pound, 8.19 pound. So how do you do this? First of all, 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20, right? So you put 0 here, you take 1, then you take 2 to the other side. Then 7 plus 2, that's 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 2, that's 12. You put 2 here, then you take 1 to the other side. Then 5 plus 3 is 8. Then plus 1 is 9. Then 9 plus 8 is 17. So that's how we got 17.20 pound, 17.20 pound, which could be written as 17 pound 20 pence. So take note of that. So that's our first example. Let's go to the second example. Now in the second example, they say add together 2.5 half pound plus with 3.23 half pound and also 5.73 half pound. So that's the question that we're giving here. And so when we try to solve it, when you line all this up, you say half plus half plus half is equal to 1.5. You put half here and then you take 1 up. So after that, 8 plus you say 8 plus 7, which is 15, right? Plus sorry 8 plus 7, which is 15, yeah. 15 plus 3, that's 18, plus 1, that's 19. Put 1 there. 5 plus 2, that's 7. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. You put 5, then you take 1 over. Then 2 plus 1, that's 3. 3 plus 3, that's 6. 6 plus 5, that's 11. So that's how we got this. So this is basically just simple addition. As you know, in my first video, we talked about arithmetic operation. So it's basically applying the arithmetic operation to this. That's one of the basic ideas. Yeah. So the third example, it says add together 39 pence plus 8 half pence and 1.78 pound. Now here we're adding pence with the pound, so we need to be very careful. You need to look at the question and pay full attention. So now we're having 39 pence, sorry, which is equal to 0.39 pound, as earlier explained. Now, so we're having 84 half pence, which is equal to 0.84 half pound, right? So as earlier explained, now we have 1.78 pound. So that remains the same. So half plus 0 plus 0 is half, right? 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 3, that's 16. You put 6, you take 1 up. So basically 8 plus 3, that's 11, plus 1, 12. 12 plus 17, that's 19. You put 9 here, you take 1 up. So that's 1 plus 1, that's 2. So basically the addition of all this will give us 2.96 half pound, which could be stated as 2 pound 96 and a half pence. So that's basically the idea. So let's go to the fourth example. Let's find the cost of 23 articles if each costs 27 pence. So basically you have 23 articles and one of those articles costs 27 pence. So firstly, 27 pence equals 0.27 pound. So you convert the pence to pound, which is 0.27 pound. And now we have 23 articles and each of them costs 0.27 pound. Then you just multiply 23 by 0.27 pound, which we're going to be getting 6.21 pound, which is basically 6 pound 21 pence. So I hope you understand that. So let's go to example number 5. So find the total cost of 15 articles costing 12 pence each. 20 articles costing 7.5 pence each, and 9 articles costing 18.5 pence each. So how do we go about this? The solution is very simple, similar to the first one that I saw. The similar to example number 4, I guess. Yeah, example number 4. Now find total. First of all, 15 articles at 12 pence each, right? You convert the pence to pound. So converting to pound, we're having 0.12 pound, right? So 15 multiplied by 0.12 pound, you're gonna get 1.80 pound, right? So 20 articles at 7.5 pence, so you convert the 7.5 pence to pound, so you'll be getting 0.07.5 pound. So you multiply by 20, you're gonna get 1.50 pound. So the third one is 9 at 18.5 pence each. So you're gonna convert 18.5 pence to pound. So after that, 18.5 pence will be what? That will be 9 times 18.5 pence, which will be 1.6 pound. So it's basically, first of all, you convert the pence to pound. And the last question, this question, the question below the pointing out. So basically, you first convert the pence to pound, which is 0.18 pound, then you multiply by 9. So at the end of the day, to calculate the total cost, you say 1.80 pound plus 1.50 pound plus 1.66 half pound, then the total will now be 4.96 and a half pound. So that's basically just the basic addition so far. And example number 6, say if 127 identical articles cost 14.60 half pound, find the cost of each of the articles. So basically, they say they said 127 identical articles. That means 127 of these articles, the total cost 14.6 pound, right? Now, how do we solve this? Now I want to find what one article cost. When 127 costs 14.60 pound, the one article is going to be 14.60 pound divided by 127. Now, to calculate this, first of all, there's an half, because we can't just divide through like that. There's an half pound, and as earlier stated at the beginning, I said anything like half pound is 0.005 pound. Sorry, anything like half pence is equals to 0.005 pound. So from the look of that, you're going to add it to the 14.60, which was done here. 14.60, going to add 0.005 plus 14.60, you're going to get 14.605 pound, right? So after you get 14.605 pound, so you divide by 127, 14.605 divided by 127, you're going to get 0.115 pound. So basically, one of the article costs 0.115 pound. That's all. Now let's go to foreign exchange. So foreign exchange is like a conversion stuff. We're going to be looking at talking about the foreign exchange conversion. And for any foreign exchange to take place, there must be a rate. So for a foreign exchange to take place between two countries, there must be an rate called the exchange rate. So that is, if you want to know more about the exchange rate, you got to do some little research about economics, understand the economics behind it. So basically, it's mathematics. So there must be a rate called the exchange rate, at which money can be changed from one currency to another. So the table you're seeing here is the table of the exchange rate as of 1979. That's long time ago. By this time I was not born yet. So these are the exchange rate basically. And now here we can see that 60.4 BF cost is equals to £1, and also 8.75 francs was equal to £1. So these are basic exchange rates for these four different countries. So we're going to be applying them in the examples that are coming up now shortly. So the first example, we see that if £1 costs 137 Spanish pesetas, find the nearest half penny the value in British money of 1000 pesetas. Now, for 137 pesetas, we have £1. For every 137 pesetas, we have £1. So for £2, we are going to have double of 137 pesetas. For £3, we are going to have triple of 137 pesetas. That's the meaning. So for 1000 pesetas, you have to divide it by 137 for 137 to get the actual pound. So what I did basically here was 1000 pesetas was equal to 1000 over 137, which gave me 7.30 pound. So let's see another example. Example 2. A tourist changes traveler's check for £80 into a French currency at 8.7 francs to the £1. Now, what does this mean? It means that the tourists want to travel, maybe with them from the question, wanted to travel to France. You understand me? So he had the tourist is from the UK, so he spends pound in the UK. So he wanted to change £80 of his money into the French France. Now the exchange rate at that point when he wanted to change it was 8.75 francs. So he changed the money for 8.75 francs. So when he got to France, he spent 500 francs. He spent 500 francs maybe for shopping, maybe for luxury. I don't know. The question is trying to tell us that he spent 500 francs and changes the remaining. Maybe when he wanted to now return back to Britain, to the UK, he had to change the remaining francs he had left with him to the British pound. And they said the rate at that point when we wanted to change it, it's 8.70 francs. 8.70 francs to £1. Now the questioner say how much, find to the nearest penny how much he receives. Now the question is trying to say how much pound is he going to receive when he changed the remaining francs he got at a conversion rate of 8.70 francs to £1. That's what the question is trying to say. You know, one thing, you need to pay attention to the question, try to understand what the question is saying before you dive to the solution. That's one thing about mathematics. So be patient, read the question again, try to understand it, try to comprehend it, and then now start solving. So now let's look at the solution. Now, according to the question, it says that a tourist changes traveler's check for £80 into a French currency at 8.7 francs to £1. So it changes £80 at the rate of 8.75 to £1, right? So we're going to multiply £80 multiplied by 8.7 francs, which is 700 francs. Now, so it changed. So therefore, after he got 700 francs, he had 700 francs, maybe he then traveled to France or one of the French speaking countries. So that's one of the French speaking countries that spends France. So it changed 80 pound into 700 francs at the rate of 8.75. So you should take note of that. Now, he spent 500 francs, maybe for shopping. We don't know what he spent it for, but the question tells us he spent 500 francs, which means that from the 700 francs he changed, he spent 500. So what will be left will be therefore be 700 minus 500, which is 200 francs, right? Now, he had 200 francs left on him and I was going back to the UK, so he had to change the francs back to the pound, and the exchange rate was 8.70. So he then changed the remaining back to pound at 8.70. So it will be the remainder, which is 200 over the rate at which it was changed was 8.70. So you are going to be having 22.98 pounds. So that means it took 22 pound 98 pence back to the UK. So thank you for listening to the for taking this tutorial. I want you to try to solve the questions that are below to make you build your confidence in what you've just learned, because the only way to be able to understand mathematics is by you solving questions, and solving questions, different types of questions, makes you master it, makes you know what to do next when you see similar kind of problem. So I prepared some questions here for you guys. Try solving it. The solutions are also underneath, even you can check to see if you're wrong or correct. And if at the end of the day you still need more questions, you check the description of this video below. You see my email address is there. You can always contact me. Sarah, please, I need more questions, and I'm going to be sending those questions to you guys. And also, please try to encourage me by subscribing to my channel. And if you need the link to this lecture notes also, you can check the description. You click on the link, it takes you to where the note is. You can download it, go through it again, and I hope it's gonna be fine with you. So once again, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. I'll keep uploading more of this series of this video, and I hope it's gonna be helpful for you guys. Thanks so much once again.